join the stream. And there we go. Okay, so my original plan was to run all 3 Egyptian god cards, and it would have worked for light, but for whatever dumb reason Konami banned them for this event. Super lame, don't hate me, it's on Konami. So instead, we're gonna play on the dark side, and I made a Relinquish deck. I'll go through the cards quick to showcase the deck itself, just so you guys know what we're rocking with. So we'll start at the beginning. We're running 3 Thousand Eyes Idol, 3 Golden Eyes Idol. I'll slowly go through the effect in case you're not familiar with these cards. You can then go through that and read it yourself. Millennium Eyes Illusionist. We've got Illusionist, Faceless Magician, 3 of those as well. 3 of Relinquished. Hopefully you know what he does, but I'll still scroll through it. We got Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Polarizations, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Preparation of Rites, 2 Pot of Dualities, 3 Preparation of Rites, 1 Card of Fate, because I'm old school, you know, you gotta have it in there. 2 Power of the Guardians, that's just to make Relinquished, like super OP. 3 Black Illusion Ritual. 1 Legacy of the Duelist, just so I can kind of slow the game down even more than Relinquished will himself already. And I'll scroll through that in case no one knows. Good card to run in this event. I've got 1 Piercing the Darkness. Now, normally I would not run this card in particular, but if you specifically read the card, it applies to a fusion monster that's fusioned using a normal monster. Meaning, if we apply Piercing the Darkness to our Thousand Eyes Restrict, we can use that card and have it work with Thousand Eyes Restrict. Because the only way he can come out is using Thousand Eyes Idol. So, those 2 cards are the only pair that'll work for that, but that's why it's in there, in case anyone's curious. And then I'll scroll through it, and you'll see why this would be good for Thousand Eyes in particular. So then you can see how that would work with Thousand Eyes there. And then we have 2 Poison of the Old Man, mainly for life points, but if I have to slap him quick for a little bit of burn, it can work for that as well. I have 3 Relinquished Fusions, 2 Magic Cylinders, because you need the cylinder, 3 Back to the Fronts, mainly to pull a Relinquished back out if it was just destroyed, and then 1 Threatening Roar. And that'll be the deck that we're running for this event. So without further ado, let's get into it. And like I said, we were going to run Egyptian Gods. It was going to be a super fun deck, my King of Games deck. But unfortunately, all the God cards are banned for the event. So that being said, when I'm sick of playing the event, here for those of you that stay for all of this, we'll actually switch over to the regular duel system, and I'll run my King of Games deck, and I will showcase that as well. Not quite the hand I want, But I can maybe work with this, depending on what the pot gives us and what we draw. It's going to be the two main things. But crap hand. Bunch of face downs. I don't like that. At least he didn't play nothing. Okay, Legacy of the Duelist. I guess we'll pop that one off right away. Well, maybe not. Let me use pot first, because I don't know if that affects pot. Because I really need to draw something else here. Another? So I guess I'll take another one of him. And then we'll play Legacy. He must have to read it. He's not old school like us. He's like, what the hell is that card? Is that some boomer bullshit? Alright, we'll set him face down. And place a trap, and then I'll end my turn. Mainly to pull him back out, but... But at least Legacy should buy me some time if he does special summon anything. Because if he doesn't pop that, then his card can't attack. Which then will at least give us a turn to pull Relinquished out and eat said card. You know, you gotta think up here, boys, for Yu-Gi-Oh! This ain't Magic the Gathering. God, he's playing a trap card deck. Oh, he did that during my turn. Right. I forgot how modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. Yeah, we're done then. If he's just gonna play cards during my turn, that's kind of where I draw the line. Like, my turn is my turn. Your turn is your turn. You don't just cut my turn off and then proceed to play a whole fucking separate turn. Like, that's... no. No. That's not how that works. You want to play an actual match against me? Sure. But that's where I draw the line. I'm old school. Could you have imagined watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And like half the time they were just interrupting Yugi's turn? Everybody would have went ballistic, dude. Really rude. Like, don't interrupt my turn. Alright, looks like I'm gonna get preparation of rights right off the bat. I'm not gonna play him this turn, though. Well... yeah. Oh, or the hand. Okay. Well, I guess I could technically play him just because I have Faceless. Yeah, screw it. We'll do that. I want to see what's in this dude's hand first, though. So we'll play this guy. Use his effect. This is why I run him in this deck. Okay, I think he's running Ojamas. So we'll just have to basically eat everything that he plays. I'll put him in defense, just in case. And then we'll end our turn. That's not what I meant to do. Knocked over all my stuff off camera. Yeah, I'm gonna be annoying and I'm gonna look at your hand again because it's an instant effect. So what'd you draw, by the way? I'm curious. Another Ojama. Okay. Duly noted. Okay, that's not how that works, though. Because now I'm going to use this. And that's getting eaten now. So whatever you were planning, you're just feeding me now. That's how that works. Thank you. Relinquish will take that. And he's 2,500 now. I really appreciate that. Discard one card. That works. Because we don't even need to play him. He's just got to be in the graveyard or my hand for his effect to pop off. So that doesn't hurt me. He thinks he's just going to block all of our creature slots, but what he doesn't understand is that we're just going to eat everything that he plays. So he would have had to have blocked all my slots right when the game started. Because now he's just going to play more. Next turn, hopefully, depending on what I draw, we're going to pop another Relinquished. Because even if he pops this Relinquished, we've got two Faceless, so he'll just come right back. It's an infinite Relinquished cycle, basically, is what this deck does. So even if you deal with him that turn, he's still coming back next turn and eating whatever killed him, if that makes sense. So unless he shuts my whole deck down this turn, I mean, granted, he can rip right through the 1,000 Eyes. That's totally defenseless right now. But that was a risk I took. I wanted to see his hand to know what we were dealing with. I really wish he wasn't playing Ojama, though, because now he's just gonna take, like, forever to finish his turn. It's so lame. Like, at least Relinquished is pretty old school. Granted, Ojama's a little old school, but I think they gave it, like, some really stupid buffs, from what I understand. So half of his turns are gonna take, like, 20 minutes. And hello, thank you for joining. We're running Relinquished for the event. We were going to run my all 3 Egyptian God card deck, but unfortunately the Egyptian God cards are banned for the event. You can blame Konami, it wasn't my choice. Oh no! Not Relinquished! I should have put him in defense. I don't think he understands he's just gonna feed this combo here. Because once he dies, Relinquished comes back out. So... now what? That's the guy you should have attacked, because that'd have been straight damage. He thinks he's just gonna continuously wipe my field. He's gonna run out of cards. You're literally gonna get to see how my cycle works. And now Relinquished is back. He'll be in defense, because we gotta be careful. And now he'll pop off. And now once he tries his effect, now we should get to activate ours. Oh, we didn't get to pop off. Okay. That was weird. Something didn't quite work in my combo there. Like, what the hell? I hate lame decks like this, by the way. Like, oh, I'm just gonna destroy all your cards so you can't play. That's like everybody's deck nowadays. It's just, I'm gonna make it so you can't play. Sure, mine can shut some down, but it'll make you think, you know? You gotta use a little brain power. His is lame, though. He was literally like, well, my Ojamas didn't work, so now I'm just gonna destroy everything. He just threw a little temper tantrum. Welcome to modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why my combo didn't work, though. I was supposed to be able to quick effect, discard this, and then target his guy, because that's literally an effect monster, and it would have eaten his dragon. But I don't know why that didn't pop off. I don't know what happened. I know he's gonna hit me again, sure, he's super cool. What a tough guy. Now if I could draw something useful. Not really, dude. You could have given me, like, literally anything else in the deck but that. Like, a fusion card, maybe, would have been nice. Because he's got game now. He can just discard and then win. So, GG, I guess. Pretty lame-ass dub, though, if you ask me. I don't miss this game, by the way. I appreciate all the views on my Yu-Gi-Oh videos, but this game sucks right now. Okay. The only thing I've been proclaiming is that we need, like, an old school mode. And for whatever reason, we haven't gotten one. Because I'm not a fan of the new cards at all. I will go second, because I'd rather see what he's going to have on the field. But yeah, I come from like the Gen 1, Gen 2 era, and then like the newest stuff that I ever personally played, like card-wise, was like GX. After that, it's, yeah, I dropped off real quick. Oh god, he's playing Insector. We're gonna have to eat all of his insects. It's the only way we're gonna pull this off. I hope he knows how his deck works. Even I know how his deck works. Like, come on. Figure it out, buddy. So I don't like it when people play new decks. They take like 30 freaking minutes to play anything. And then I've got to make up some bullshit commentary to make up for it. Ugh. The struggle, man. So if you don't know what Insector does, basically any insects he plays, he can also attach other insects to, and then they'll get buffs, is how his deck is going to work. But our deck can shut all of that down, because Relinquished can just eat said insect that has everything attached to, and it wipes basically everything he did. Unless he buffs his insect with something that says I can't target it, then we can't do anything. But we'll see. I imagine he's just gonna throw everything down and buff the crap out of that, but he has no clue that I've got Relinquished coming turn 1. Nobody plays him nowadays, really. I only ever ran into one other Relinquished deck, and it was so weird because it was Relinquished versus Relinquished, and it's probably one of the weirdest battles you could like ever do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because both cards have to like eat the other card. Speaking of which, said his name 3 times, so he's got to pull up. Let me think. We're gonna pull this, just so we got some backup for next turn. And then we're gonna drop a Threatening Roar. I'll read your comment in one moment. I gotta finish my turn here. Do Polymerization. Throw out Millennium Eyes. Now, since Relinquish was played, he should come back. That's how his ability works. Yep. That's why he's so good, because you can use him to play Relinquished, and he comes right back. And then we'll use his effect. And now Uber Relinquished will eat that card. But the fun thing about Uber Relinquished, whatever he eats, those abilities get negated for the rest of the game. So he could play that same card now, next turn, and it'll be negated, and it can't attack. Oh no, he's gonna hit me with Impertinence? That's lame. Okay. We're not done though. Because that's just for the turn. That didn't knock us out. But this is why we got this guy also. So we use Golden Eyes. We'll pull out OG. And now since we're playing OG, now he should come back. Or golden eyes will pop off. That works too. See how that works now? Pretty useful. So we just shut him down, even though he thought he just totally stopped me. Now we'll end turn. Hello guys, I'm reading your comments now. Oh, you finished it already? Nice. I just started it, so I figured we'd stream it. But we're playing an old school deck. Hello, thank you for joining. But for those of you who are just joining now, we were going to play Egyptian Gods, but unfortunately the Egyptian God cards were banned for this event. I don't know why he drew a Raikage, but yeah, that happened. You just throw cards together? Yeah, sometimes you have to. Alright, well, Magic Cylinder works. At least that'll buy me a turn. Apart from Threatening Roar. I don't know why he drew that, by the way. That was so lame. Of all the cards he could have drawn. Oh, Labyrinth? Yeah, I don't like Labyrinth. Nothing against you, but I'm an old school guy. Not a fan of the new cards. Spitting out half your deck turn one just doesn't quite get me off. We actually just played one earlier, and it made me upset just because he kept, like, during my turn, he was just playing crap. I find that really annoying personally. Like, what's the point of me having a turn and you having a turn if you're just gonna play everything during my turn anyways? Then what's the point? There's no process. Yeah, Runic. I've played Runic. Runic can be nasty. Alright, well I got a Faceless, but that doesn't exactly help me here. So I'll end turn. I guess we're just gonna hit him with the Cylinder next turn. Or tunes. I do a lot of tunes on the channel as well. Tunes can be dirty. But usually I'm playing Egyptian Gods, like the old school 3. I'm either running my Winged Dragon of Ra deck, because as you guys might be aware, he just had a new buff, and it's pretty nice. I think it's called like the True Sun God, or something like that. So he got more powerful, but then I do also have a separate Ra, Obelisk, and Slifer deck. And it works. Like, I've never gotten to play all 3. I've at least gotten 2 out. Usually you kill them with 2 gods out, though. So, I mean, if I ever do have a game where they fight back enough, hopefully we can get all 3 out. Obelisk? Yeah. I like Obelisk. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's new deck versus new deck, then it's probably pretty balanced. But, like, against somebody like me, you know, I'm running Gods or old school Relinquished. Yeah, you're gonna, like, cream them running new stuff. It's just how it goes. Because I might be able to, like, steal stuff during your turn, but I can't literally play out a whole separate turn during your turn, which is really weird. I never understood that, in my opinion. Hello, thank you for joining. Just got a new guy that joined in. I don't mind my empty field. We're, like, flexing hardcore here. He pulled a Raigeki. Like, come on, guys. It wasn't my fault. Yeah, 2 types. Usually. Because you gotta have a backup, and I get that. Piercing the Darkness, but that doesn't help me unless I can play Thousand Eyes. Yeah, I hear you, Nooblets. I'll just play Piercing, and then he's gonna be hitting me next turn, but there's nothing I can do. But in case you guys are wondering why the hell I'm running Piercing the Darkness, it's specifically for Thousand Eyes Relinquished. It's the only one it applies for. It's just a buff card for him. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to really do much. But hopefully it'll help us later on here. Yeah, top tier is something else. It's more about canceling your opponent than learning how to play against him. So yeah, enjoy the lower tiers while you can, definitely. Don't rush through it. Have your fun. You can kind of play whatever in those ranks. But once you get up into Platinum, like you said, those are some tough decks. Granted, I'm new to this event. I have no clue what people are playing for light decks. So far, I've just seen Labyrinth, Ojama, and then whatever the heck this is. I think it's some hybrid deck, though. Oh no. He's gonna buff it. Yeah, for sure, some big combos. You know how it goes. And not that old school doesn't have combos, but usually it takes time. It's nothing that you're just dumping turn 1, usually. I'm just gonna gain some life then, because this next attack's gonna hurt. Hopefully, again, we draw something nice. I'm kind of just buying time right now. Not a whole lot I can do here. I think he's gonna get another buff though, because I think that works, yeah, once per turn. So he might have another buff coming, which I figured. There comes the extra buff. I thought he had to play it from his hand. He can just grab it from the graveyard. That's shenanigans. He's going to defense? I thought for sure he was going to attack me here. I wonder what he's worried about. Oh, I think it can attack in defense. Must be that card. Nope, never mind. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Yeah, FTK, for sure. That's why I run Winged Dragon or Raw. Even against New School, that can... Still, if you catch him off guard, that can OTK. Which, for those of you who stick around for the whole stream, when we're done playing the event, I will be running some God decks, and I will showcase those for you guys. But looks like we got rights, so I think we're gonna pull out Relinquished here. Did I cancel it? No, I don't cancel nothing. He's not stopping anything. I don't know what the hell he's trying to do over there on his side. And then we'll Black Illusion Ritual. Pull back out Relinquished. Now that we've played Relinquished, we get Millennium Eyes. But I'm gonna hold on to Millennium Eyes, and we're just gonna use his regular effect, because I don't need to use Millennium Eyes right now. We are pulling that guy, though. And then we will end turn. Because he's got more defense than my attack, so... Which I could have also attacked him, lost the equipment, used Millennium Eyes, and then sucked in his second card. But I'd rather wait and see. He might have something stronger. So I don't want to blow like my whole plan yet. If that makes sense. I'd rather hold my backup. But the thing about regular Relinquished, you gotta think of him as like a voodoo doll, because if he attacks me and does damage, it's gonna get reciprocated back to him. He's not necessarily just hitting me for damage, he's also hitting himself. Okay, so now since he hasn't done anything, we're gonna have a little fun here. I'm gonna hold on to that polymerization. I don't want to use it yet. I got something else in mind. We're gonna go straight to battle, and I'm gonna show you what I was talking about. And now since we took damage, that gets reciprocated. Now that that's gone, we're going to activate this effect. And now Relinquished gets to eat again. So whereas he might have thought that was a good idea to leave it in attack mode, we got to do extra damage to him and take a second monster. So our deck's certainly not out. It's definitely a problem that he has to deal with here. Fortunately, he's already played Raigeki, so he can't do that again. I think his plan is to just buff more insects, most likely. But again, it's only going to work against him. Sorry, I haven't been reading comments. I'll go and look. Vanguard G? I'm not familiar with him. I'll have to look him up. There's somebody else I watched, but I forgot his name. I think he calls himself, like, Atem. Like Yugi's original name. And he plays, like, some old school decks. But he does a really good job at pulling them off and making them work fluidly. I think that's his channel name, though, is Atem. Okay, here we go. Now we can pop this combo off. Except, I don't have anything to eat, which is the problem. So, maybe I'll just leave him and face down for now. And then we'll go to battle instead. Because I would show you guys how Piercing the Darkness works with Thousand Eyes Relinquished, but he has nothing to ingest at the moment, so the combo can't pop off. And hello, thank you guys for joining. Oh, I guess he gave up. Well, there we go, we got our first dub. And for those of you who are just joining now, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I gotta say it because you just joined. I was originally going to run my triple Egyptian God card deck, but unfortunately, Egyptian gods are banned for this event. So instead, we are running a dark Relinquish deck. If you want to see the entire deck list, it's at the very beginning of the live stream. I don't have it, like, pinned, but I will put timestamps once the stream is done for you guys, those of you who are late joining. But I do a lot of old school decks here, just so you guys know. If you're new to the channel, at least. Like even Orichalcos, I'm a big fan of Orichalcos. I've got multiple decks of those. Alright, this isn't exactly what I want to start with here. It's like half of what I need. I guess we'll drop Darkness. And then I'll play him face down. I want to hold on to Thousand Eyes just in case I get a fusion. And then we'll end. Kind of a lame turn one, but gotta work with what you have. Makes me nervous. It's not exactly a good hand. I mean, depending on what we draw next turn, if we get a next turn. And I do try to read comments, so for those of you who just joined, feel free to comment down below any questions or comments, and they will get read. Fairies. I hope he's not running the fairy deck I'm thinking of. That concerns me. Oh, he's doing Drytons? Now I really need to pull something next turn. Yeah, he's probably gonna like one turn kill us, guys. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. I mean, I know, like, Relinquished is dirty, too. You know, he just eats monsters and pisses people off, but I'm not, like, shutting their whole deck down. They still get to play stuff. But Drytons, yeah, Dryton is nasty. Not a fan of Drytons. Plus their turns take forever. I mean, I could have like went and made a sandwich already. And he's still not done. He's probably gonna go for like another good 5-10 minutes. He's got to make like a full board. I'd have more to comment, but this is gonna be a while. Sorry, guys. Wish it was more entertaining, but you know how these decks go. It's gonna be a minute. So grab a snack, grab some popcorn. It'll be a good 15 minutes before our next turn. This dude's gotta like drop 30 cards. Turn 1. He's one of those decks. He's still not done. He's like, I played my boss monster, and now I gotta keep going. He's still gonna pop off. Watch this shit. It's like, dude, just stop. What are you trying to prove? At least I have a wife. You know, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I have a wife. This is a guy over there, he's probably maidenless. Okay. Don't drop your whole deck turn 1 or you're maidenless. Pro tip, write that down. The women's, they like the old school cards. My wife, she actually plays Harpies. But again, she has a rough time playing against decks like this. And I get it, you know, it's like, what do? You just stand there while they dump everything? Alright, now we get our turn. Hopefully we get a good draw, and we can maybe make something out of this. That is not what I'd call a good draw. So, I will just secede. He's got the game. In case you're like, why surrender? It's because I could just play a face down. He's gonna have a whole nother 20-minute turn. And then just win. So let's just end it now. I know a loss when I see one. Unfortunately, didn't get nothing off the draw there. If we at least had like a polymerization, we could have done a little bit. Like Thousand Eyes Restrict would have definitely given us a couple of turns there for sure. Yeah, it just keeps going. They don't know when to stop, that's the problem. Oh man, see, he knew we were way too powerful for him. That's a good dub right there. That one's for the notebooks. All in a day's work, guys. Hopefully we get some good matches, though, in all seriousness. Likewise, I know for sure, once we're done with the event here, I'm not gonna, like, play the whole event, but we're gonna at least stream for an hour or two, and then I'll go to regular duels, and we'll do our Egyptian gods. And then that'll all be pinned later on. If anybody has to leave and they're like, oh my god, I want to see that deck, I will pin it down below later. What kind of a hand is this? My pot better pull something here. I'm a little nervous on this one, guys. I mean, it's mostly good cards, but no monsters concerns me here with this. Because you can't play Relinquished without monsters. You need tributes. Cypher, Blue Eyes, yeah. I used to play quite a bit of like Blue Eyes and Old School Dragon way back when the game first dropped. I felt it was pretty good, and then I played like Mass Dragon. I'm sure you're familiar with Mass Dragon if you know Blue Eyes. But then, like, Dark Magician got a buff, and a lot of people were playing Dark Magician, and it just got ridiculous. Because they were just like, oh, I'm gonna ban this, and I'll ban that, and I'll banish this. And there's just nothing you can do. Anything you drop gets banished. Okay, there's part of what I need. We can maybe do a lot this turn. Let's see what the pot gives us. Oh god. We gotta leave it to secondary fate. Good lord. Alright, card of fate it is. Let's see how this goes. We need just one monster, and we can pull out Relinquished. So, let's go this guy. And it all depends on what our opponent picks. Perfect. It's what we needed, boys. But for some reason I can't use fusion. Why? Maybe I have to summon him first? Maybe that's why. No? Okay, I'm confused here. Why is this not working? I should be able to summon 1,000 Eyes. What's going on here? I don't know why he quit. It says connection failed, but usually it's because they DC'd. Yeah, I haven't tried, like, Blue Eyes in this event, so I have no clue where he's at on, like, the power scale for this. I'm sure he's pretty good. Cat Crystal, that's a new one. I haven't seen that. I'll be right back. Sorry, you're subjected to this guy's turn with no commentary. I have to use the restroom. You guys didn't tell him what was in my hand, right? I trust you. I don't really have crap here. And then end, I guess. I don't really have nothing. Galaxy Eyes, wonderful. That's what we're playing against. Yeah. I don't know, it's kind of lame, because most of these events, I'm hoping to see decks where, like, people use their brains to build decks, and usually it's just the same copy and paste structure decks. It's really disappointing to me, being a deck builder. I mean, even I'll take a little bit of old and mix it with some new, you know. But most of these you see in here are just copy and paste. Yeah, we're just gonna go to somebody else. I hate to be that guy, but I'm not feeling this. He can have his win. And in case you guys are new to the channel, I do that a lot because I don't like new decks. I don't find them appealing or fun to play against at all. This isn't a horrible hand, so let's see what they got for turn one. Yeah, still, I shouldn't even have to try to comprehend a plan for the new crap. There's so much they can do now. It's ridiculous. Is this Drighton again? Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, it's Drightons. Imagine that. The Asians are playing Drightons, guys. Who called that? Wow, that's new. I've never seen that before. Not racist, I'm just spitting facts. If I had $1 for every Asian that played Herald, I could have bought Konami. See how this just becomes unfun though? Like, trying to stream it and have a good time, and half of it's just me playing the same decks that don't let me play anything. Like, what are you supposed to do? This game's going downhill quick, guys. I don't like it. These events were supposed to stop this. Like, you want to ban crap, ban Drighton. You know, if it wins all the time in regular duels, I would probably, just good rule of thumb, ban it for events. Because that means it's OP. You would think, right? Logically, using your brain, the thing that's up here in your noggin, right? But no, there's some group of people that gets paid to look at bannable cards, and this isn't what they ban. Egyptian God cards gets banned. That makes way more sense, right? Those are... God. You can't even deal with Egyptian God cards, right? But at least everybody can deal with Drightons. That makes way more sense. From a logical standpoint here. Like, what are they smoking over there? I want some. There must be some good stuff in their office. Good lord. Then wonder why their game gets rated 1 star.